Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Taking Up Space, a Michelle A. Mayer podcast. Always excited about coming forward, you guys. Today's no different. Today, I'm going to come forward out of the book of Hebrews. I'm going to be speaking something I'm going to read really quickly out of the book of Hebrews, just one verse. But I'm going to elaborate on the thought of us having the ability to entertain angels. Yeah. Little old me and you having the ability to entertain angels in real time in this life. Many of the powerful people written within the pages of this Bible all entertain angels at one time or another. In order for them to know that they be on a journey, that God will use them in profound ways, most often they entertain an angel, and an angel will come amongst them and tell them these truths. And these angels that came amongst all of these people most often look just like them. They look just like me and you, regular people. And that's the conversation I want to bring forward today, is that there are powerful people of spirit moving amongst us in real time, and we don't even know it. And I like to speak to why they do that and how to be able to distinguish them, and the instances that I myself have found myself in communication with them, communion with them, or have observed them. So I'm going to begin by reading from the book of Hebrews, chapter 13. I'm going to read verse 2 to you, to use it as a reference point as to God giving us a bird's eye view of the perspective even of all of us having the ability to entertain these angels. Chapter 13, verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. It is in the times that you're going about life and you're doing your regular rigmarole, normal cadence of things daily, that these angels a lot of times show up, friend. Whether it's from Jonah, just doing his normal stuff, and an angel comes upon him and gives him a profound word to do a profound thing. What the angel of God came upon Jonah to do was monumental for his time. A regular guy to leave his small community and go before kings of nations and declare to them that they are living out of alignment to God and that God is going to destroy them or punish them tremendously if they don't change, was a frightening thing. He had to rearrange his whole life to do it. It took money. It took effort. It took thought. It took courage to do all of these things. And of course, Jonah ran from it. And then we look at Gideon, a regular guy, a regular dude in his community, hiding that he's trying to hustle up some money to pull himself out of this financial pit that the entire tribe of Israel is in. He can't even show amongst his brethren that he's getting some kind of a money to support himself and his family. So he's in a wine press threshing wheat, hiding. And an angel of God comes upon him and tells him to go before his own people and destroy their altars. These altars that Jonah will be told to destroy will be the altars that all the people would use to pray for prosperity and wealth and abundance and success. It was a big deal. He knew he would immediately there would be retribution for such things. Serious consequences. These are not small consequences. This is not throw a stone and go hide behind a tree. He will be found out. He will be brought forward. And Jonah not knowing, is this an angel of God or not? I don't know what this is. This guy looks like me, but I've heard rumors of how these angels move. I need a sign. And Jonah would need several signs because what Jonah was being called to, not Jonah, Gideon would need several signs because what Gideon will be called to do will be that monumental. It will be a huge deal. But I'm here to tell you, just as scripture spoke, that be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. There will be people that will come upon you and not reveal themselves as who they are. There are many angels amongst us in our daily lives just watching us. I have found, friend, that it is the regular people I see on the street that could be the most angelic beings we come across. How else would an angel move? Do you think an angel would come down in all of God's glory with all these lights and all these wings and all these eyes and all these feathers so that we could immediately stop what we choose to do and straighten up our image and our persona so that we can show ourselves in our best light in front of these angels? Would they do that? Do you think God is looking for pageantry? When God wants to know you, how does God know you? God watches you. God tests you. God will put you in situations to give you a choice. There's no better way of knowing if somebody is with you than to let them have free will. To bless them with a crown on their head and the ability to multiply in whatever direction they choose to. Whether good or bad. You know that they have within them everything it is they need to know you. You know by observing them that they know right from wrong. And now you want to give them the ultimate test. You crown them. And you set them on a rock. Give them stability. And establish their goings. And then you watch them and see what they choose to do. These angels that we see, or that I speak to, let's just say, that we see every day in our regular lives. It could be the homeless person at the corner store, the 7-Eleven. I don't know what it is about 7-Elevens. I see a lot of these people at the 7-Elevens that I think may be, connected to something supernatural. I'm telling you, I have come into contact with these people. I have observed them from a distance. I have even observed them and then walked up to them and asked them things, and I have gotten the most profound responses from them. They look like homeless people. How else would you come into a realm to watch the people if you're an angel? An angel is a messenger. An angel is someone that God sends to gather information, or an angel is someone that God sends to deliver a message. An angel is always seen in a masculine form. Why? Because an angel is a messenger. He's not there to get your responses and to hear what you have to say and then go take it back to God. That's really not his creation. An angel is a male figure, male in the sense of the male energy. He inflicts, he comes to do, he has a job to do. He doesn't come to receive. He's programmed, and God says God didn't give the angels free will. So they come to either observe or to do. They don't come to hear your thoughts on a thing. So if an angel is coming to this realm, they've come to observe, to see what's going on amongst the regular people, not on the internet, not that personal page you got or that persona that you're looking to, exhibit to the world. No, we want to see you when you're looking crazy and you're running to the beauty supply and you're looking your worst. We want to see you after you went out all night and partied and you got a hangover and you're going to 7-Eleven trying to get a Perrier. We want to see how you interact with people when you're under pressure and things are not going right for you and you don't know if you're going to make it through. We want to see how you treat one another in real time when nobody's watching. Are you wicked? Are you caring? Are you deceitful? Are you dishonest? Are you integrous? These are the things that the angels watch. I myself have had profound interactions with these angels. I mean, I can go on and on and on with them, honestly. And I've had these conversations with various people that I can interact with regarding spiritual conversations, because everybody's not interested in spirituality like I am, so I don't discuss these things with everyone. But those people that know me, that I interact with at that level, know that this is my theory. I believe that these angels are paramount. They're everywhere. They're watching. It could be the homeless guy on the corner with a cup out saying, "Do you have a couple of dollars?" And you know in your pocket you have more than enough money. If you gave this man $5, it wouldn't hurt you at all. Even if you don't have enough, if you have $1 and you gave that person 50 cents, it will say a lot about you. Do you look out for your brethren like that? Because I myself, friend, have been in situations where, and there's no judgment here. My life has been so chaotic that I was just getting through. I had suffered tremendous health issues. My finances were suffering. I had all these different paranoias going on. I didn't know what was going on in my life. It seemed like everything was going wrong, and I'm having to go through life. And I would see these people that I knew, that I held the same philosophy on at that time. I would see, and I would just be short. It was just too much going on for me to show the compassion that I normally would show. I was at my wit's end. So there's no right or wrong, and there's no pass or fail. I mean, there is and there isn't. There's just repeat. But I'm bringing this conversation up to you so that you can maybe look at it and take it for what it is, as a perspective. And you can be more observant in your life to these possibilities. For me, these entities show up, and somehow, most often, I can't say all the time, but I don't even want to say most often, some of the time, they've shown up looking like Egyptian individuals. I know that sounds really far-fetched, right? Well, like one time I was sitting at BJ's, I was at the bar, my daughter was in the mall, and my daughter wasn't in the mall. I was just out, and I was sitting at the bar at BJ's, and I was drinking probably a glass of wine or something, and I was sitting by myself, and this guy walks up, and he's like maybe 5 seats away from me, and so I'm sitting right here at the bar. And he's sitting, the bar curved, he's sitting like right here. So he's facing me. And I remember him so distinctly. He and I had the same skin complexions, about the same shade of complexion as me. But he had this big old bag on him. And one thing that is synonymous with these people that I see, they always have these bags. Whatever it is that they come up here with, I don't know, is in that bag. But he's sitting across from me, and I'm drinking my wine, and I'm always friendly when I'm out. But I'm not like friendly, like, just overly friendly, but I'm friendly, approachable. And he began talking to me, and we began talking and laughing and talking, and he bought me another glass of wine. I drank that, and he said, and I got relaxed in my conversation with him, and I told him, I said, "You know who you look like? You look like Akhenaten." I'll never forget. He looked just like Pharaoh Akhenaten. That picture that they have of the long face, he looked like him. these are just things. And I remember having an apprehension or what do you call it when you can vision someone going somewhere? I had this vision of him going. I don't know why. I had a vision of him going to like a mountainous or a desert, not a desert, it wasn't any sand, but like a dry area, waiting on someone to take him into the Middle Earth. I saw it in my mind. And then, right after Nipsey Hussle was unalived, was set up and unalived, I could recall I was on my way to visit my cousin. And I was on Crenshaw and Slauson. And Nipsey Hussle was unalived on Slauson. This is probably a week or so later. And everybody from all around the world was coming around that area. So it was very congested. A lot of people on foot walking the area to take pictures and to show their homage to him. And I don't know why, because there was a lot of people out. I saw this woman. She was my complexion again. And she had this bag. I'm telling you, all these people always have these bags. And she reminded me of Hathor. I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm just as confused as this is sounding to you. But my mind, immediately when I saw her, connected her to Hathor. She had that hair that kind of like is woolly, like you know how black people's hair is when it's not straightened. And it was like coming up and it was going down like that. It was like up, down. Her hair was like that. Like you see a lot of those Egyptian pictures of the Egyptian women when their hair is like either braided or natural. It's just like woolly and it comes down. Her hair was just like that. And she looked distressed. Y'all, this woman amongst all this sea of people looked very introverted, like she was in thought. She was at the bus stop and she had her bag up under her arm, a big old bag. And she just looked, I don't know if I could even do it. She just looked like, I don't know how to do it. Anyway, she looked very sad. She looked not even just sad. She looked concerned. She somewhat looked even angered. And I immediately thought, this is one of them people, Middle Earth people. She's come to see what's going on. She knows the truth of this. And she sees what's going on. She sees how lost we are. I'm telling you, this is exactly what I thought. Nonetheless, getting back to the scripture, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. I'm here to tell you, there are angels amongst you watching every single thing that goes on. This life is somewhat like a stage. It's a stage for a greater thing. I'm starting to see that the more I interact and the more I come in and out of experiences, this life is like a stage. And it is designed in a way for you not to even know it's a stage. But it gives you the ability to do it as you want, based upon the rules of which you'll be judged by. And you have many amongst you that look just like you. It's not that, these individuals were my complexion. All of them are all my complexion. That's just what shows up for me that's just a few people. There have been many others that have shown up that were Caucasian and that were Asian. And I've seen all different kinds. But they look around to see exactly what is going on. It's as if we're being managed without us even knowing it. And we're being managed by people that we don't even regard. It's as if those that are watching us are either messengers to the power or the power themselves. But they walk amongst us as nobodies. They walk amongst us as nobodies, y'all. You would think that they're the dirt bags on the side of the road, walking poor, no shoes, disheveled, non-fashionable, could care less about a fashion trend. And there you go, pulling up in your Rolls Royce. And you feel like you're better than them. Yet they've lived lifetimes. They have experiences of knowledge and truths that you will not probably ever be granted. They have keys to doors that you would do anything to walk through. Yet they don't look like what you think is successful. They don't move in ways that you imagine one that would have such to move in, without ever for a second thinking that your idea of success or your idea of spiritual power is flawed in some way, convoluted even. But I'm here to tell you, just as it is spoken of in this verse, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. I'm here to tell you, it is these people that I have been able to get the most profound revelations from. These people have been so impactful in my life whenever I've interacted with them. Those that were, in my opinion, sent before me for me to interact with. And had I not been humble enough to think them worthy to interact with me, I would have passed that opportunity up and cheated myself. I'm telling you. But because when I see them, there's always it's always something that catches your eye, that stands out, that's something subtle in you speaks to you of. I saw this man one time in front of 7-Eleven. He had a suitcase. I keep telling you, they always have a bag or some kind of a luggage. He had a small suitcase that you wheel. And he had a palm leaf tucked in the pocket of it. So when I pulled up right in front of where he had his suitcase at, and the palm leaf was protruding out. And I looked at the suitcase and I looked at him, and he's standing there having a great time. I'm talking about, friend, this man was so happy. I didn't know if he was drunk or high on something. I didn't even care. He looked, like somebody that would be, maybe homeless or something. But when I tell you he was out there having a conversation and he's over there laughing and gregarious and I'm talking about he's laughing like gut-bending laughter. He's having a great time talking to himself. And I'm just watching him because I know I'd already uncovered the fact in my mind that some of these type of people are actually, there's something greater going on here. So I'm paying attention. And I looked at the palm leaf and I'm looking at him. And then as soon as I paid attention to the palm leaf, and I said, I should ask him why he has that palm leaf. As soon as I said that, part of me said, no, ask him. I don't feel like doing all that. He took the palm leaf out of the pouch and began to wave it. I said, okay, I need to ask him about that. And then part of me said, no, he's still out there having a good time. I get out the car, go in the store, walk right past him, didn't say nothing. I order my stuff, come back to the car. He's still out there. I got enough in the car, and then I got out again. I said, "Sir, why do you have that palm leaf there?" He said, just as if this is the palm leaf. He said, "This? You talking about this?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you want it?" Immediately. He said, "Do you want it?" And it was like in my mind, he knew I wasn't going to take that palm leaf. He knew I didn't want it. But he asked me, did I want it? And I said, "No, thank you." And he began expounding on basic stuff, just talking about COVID and how they shut down the churches. And he told me that there was a war for this planet. He said there was a war for this planet, and we lost. That's what he said. The homeless man with the palm leaf and the suitcase in front of the 7-Eleven laughing to himself. I'm talking about the man expounded upon many things. And before I left, he ended it. I got in the car, and my mind said, ask him if he could bless you. And I wrestled. And I got out. I said, "Can you bless me, sir?" He looked at me and he smiled. It was like the sunshine. He didn't say a word. He just smiled inwardly. And he told me to read particular scriptures in my Bible. And I would read them every morning. And do you not know, then less than 6 months, maybe later, I would come into one of the most profound personal storms of my life. I would come into one of the most profound, overwhelming personal storms of my life. And this is the purpose of my podcast to you, is that God, there's nothing that happens for nothing in your life. It can look like chaos, and it looks like mayhem, and it looks like it doesn't make any sense, and it looks like it's sent from the devil and all of these different things. But you must know that there is no devil without God creating a devil. There's no rogue entity in God's kingdom. There's order in God's kingdom. Doesn't the sun come up every morning? Doesn't the moon come up every night in replacement of it? Aren't the stars all in alignment each and every season throughout the ages? There's order in God's kingdom. Now, however you need to be able to justify and handle and come to terms with the winds of your life, I'm not here to judge it. Neither am I here to tell you what path you need to go spiritually. All I can do is represent my path to you. But I'm here to tell you that God knows every step you take in this life. All of this thing is a big mathematic equation, one atop another, many of them going on all independently, yet all in sync to a bigger thing. There is order in God's kingdom. And there are many amongst you that are in your everyday life. You might pass them in traffic. You might see them in the street. You might interact with them at work. I don't know what way they come upon you. But I'm here to tell you that there are many people that are sent in your path to assist you, that you will not allow to assist you because you have the wrong perception of what they will look like when they come upon you. You've allowed your ability to acquire the things created by man to dictate your level of success in your life. And you've allowed this to be able to separate you from one from another. You've allowed the accumulations of things to declare a person worthy or not. And that does nothing but limit you. Nothing but limit you. And that is the purpose of this conversation with you today, to let you know that to be not forgetful to entertain strangers. Go and don't feel like it's a bad look to talk to someone that doesn't do it like you. They may not be interested in it. They may be happier than you sleeping out there on the street. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't make you any better than the next person because they do that. The scripture is saying, but don't forget to entertain strangers or people that you don't know. For thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Friends, I'm here to tell you, angels will always come in the most unassuming vessel. It's always going to be the thing that you do not see fit to be an angel. If it came in the vessel that you thought it should come in, it would not be able to get the truth of you. It wouldn't. I have seen these people, I could go on and bore you. Take the power out of this podcast by just going on and on and on about the times that I have come into interaction with these people. It has been my interactions with these people that has allowed me grace. I'm here to tell you, I believe that. I know it. It is the truthful, heartfelt interaction that I have had in interacting with these people that didn't cost me a dime. It didn't cost me a penny, friend. The only currency necessary in that interaction was humility and love. It wasn't even compassion. Because none of these people came as beggars to me. They didn't want anything from me. And if they did, it wasn't as if they were groveling at my feet for it. And each time I have come into interaction with these people, I have left the richer. It's like a video game. When you're, I don't know, I don't play a lot of them, but you got your avatars running, and then you got this hidden basket of points you can gather if you jump over it. It's kind of like that. It's hidden, but it's that hidden basket of treasure. You get extra points. And they're all sitting out there waiting for you to take advantage of them, only if you pay attention. Only if you tap into the compassionate side, the loving side, the humble side of yourself. But if you think you're so high and mighty because you've let the accumulation of material items that somebody else thought into existence be a divide between you and people, if you've allowed it to cage you in, you'll not ever be able to get those extra points. It's more difficult because it's not a good look. You don't want to be seen. I've learned to make it part of my etiquette. I enjoy interacting with these people because I'm here to tell you, I might not walk away with revelations at that moment, but what I've come to find out is that after I've interacted with them, somehow I get revelations. They don't happen the day after. Sometimes they don't happen a month after. Sometimes they do. But I get them. And that's the thing with spirit. Sometimes spirit will hold up blessings and information and gifts and grace in the cloud. You got a bank in the cloud, so that when you do walk into your storms, or you do walk into your tomorrows, and those situations manifest, you got something that you can pull from in the cloud that will help you based off of your own activity. This is my podcast episode for you today, 35 minutes in. You're loved more than you'll ever know. I just wanted to tell you, happy Thursday, everyone. You're loved, and I'll never forget to tell you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.